This is the Riot. Where are the bagels?
The podcast has some bagel talk in it.
It does. We also, what else have we got here, Nikki?
First off, welcome to the podcast.
Oh, right.
Thank you for choosing to listen to the podcast today.
Guys, I'm focused, all right?
I
don't know if you guys have ever noticed this, but I'm really focused, difficult to distract. Once I get on task.
You are on point.
It's really hard for me to focus on other things. And right now the task is bagels. Now, that being said, yes, welcome to the show. Also in today's podcast, Nikki bought me a gift.
I did.
You know what? I'm not good at expressing genuine thankfulness, but I'm really excited about it.
I'm just glad it worked out. I'm glad you liked it.
It's great. It's out in my car right now. I'm going home today and sitting in it.
Mm-hmm. And of course, just a reminder, you're off on Monday.
I'm off Monday. I'm going to be sitting in that chair.
So you can go sit in it the entire day if you want to. You can really break it in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we are. So I'm excited about that. That's in the podcast. We talk about our new stickers. What is indirect action? Nikki and her huge Disney Plus sponsorship. Popeye's
all
chicken.
3 or 4 years of it.
Things you find at the library you don't want to. The XFL. I mean, we'll keep you busy today.
There's a lot of stuff to enjoy.
So I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. Anything else you want to say?
Thank you for listening again. You guys enjoy. Don't forget to check us out at RadioU or RadioU Riot on either of our Facebook pages. There's always a little bit more you can find there.
And a reminder that the live event for tomorrow night has been rescheduled.
Yes, we're going to do that another day. We had to cancel for tomorrow.
But it'll still be happening sometime in the next few weeks. And also,
you're still streaming sometime in the next couple of days. Obi's doing an Obadiah play. So if you still want to have that live streaming action,
you want to feel closer to us.
The Facebook pages that I mentioned, you just want to make sure you're following the pages, and then you go ahead and click to get notified. And then when he goes live with an Obadiah plays, it'll show you in your notification center.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Everybody have a great day.
Bye, guys.
Go get those bagels.
Bye.
The Riot. They're kind of a big deal.
Hey, can we do that again? Maybe a little more energy?
No. RadioU.
I like to be the kind of person that is grateful. I like to see things not as things that I deserve, but as bonuses. And I don't like to get grabby or to get in a position where I'm like, hey, I need you to blank.
Sure.
But Nikki, I need you to call your mom and make her get more bagels.
I guess we're out of it. Well, we have some left, but it's the one with the onions.
The everything bagel.
He cannot eat the onion ones.
I don't know where your mom gets them or what.
She orders these New York style bagels, and it really is something, like they always say, different regions have different tastes for pizza crust and stuff. And it's normally because of the water or whatever in the area. There's something about these bagels, especially the plain ones, are just so good.
So
and we've been out of those. Unless, did you check the back? The very back?
No, I haven't. No, I should. But I'm just telling you, it was one of those things where I thought, it's I don't want to seem ungrateful or pushy.
But you want her to make another order.
But boy, I sure could use a couple more of those bagels.
Maybe we'll just tell her we're good on the everything bagels. We just want the plain ones.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we'll pass that along, too.
That's the right choice. I'm serious, guys. They're the best bagels. At some point, I need to get a deal. I don't even want money for it. I'll endorse them. Just whatever.
Just whatever it takes.
They are. Because, I don't know how you not like a bagel. A bagel's pretty good. But in the sea of bagels, they are king.
Well, look for the New York style bagels are just something else.
It's real, man.
Something else.
It is real. So, you know what? This morning, if you're eating a bagel, put a little extra something on there for us.
No, throw it away. It's not the right one.
It's not good enough.
It's not right.
She's not lying, man.
Or maybe just eat it, and then next time you know that you're ordering the wrong one.
Yeah. I don't know if they're flown in. I don't know what happens, but those bagels are so good. I was thinking, I woke up thinking about it. That's weird.
That means you really love them. Yeah, they're shipped in from somewhere, so I would guess New York. But you never know. New York-style bagels by way of Florida.
Whatever.
And we're not going to question it.
Shh.
We just want more of them.
Shh.
The definition of insanity is putting the riot on again and again and expecting a better result. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
So last night I get this text message and it just says, "Are you there?" And I was like, oh gosh.
I was trying to be ominous.
I was like, man, it's bad. It's bad. I was taking this class, and so I'm just there, and I'm just getting this message already there, and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to get up and make a phone call. Something's going on. What's happening?
I just thought you'd respond faster that way.
And I was like, what is this? And Nikki's like, here. So she sent me messages. Nikki and Eric bought me a new office chair.
Yay! It's a gaming chair.
I'm so excited about it.
I hope you like it. It's actually really comfortable. It's oddly comfortable.
That's okay. Now, I haven't sat in this particular one, but the last time Eric and I were at Micro Center, I sat in. These chairs look so ridiculous. They look like they've been pulled out of a racing car, and because it can't, whatever. But when I sat in it, I was like, wait a minute. Hang on.
Well, this one, too, has like two pillow lumbar sort of support things. And when you sit down at first, you're like, oh, and then you kind of just like squeeze in.
You settle into it a little bit.
You settle into it. And then this one reclines all the way back, and it's got a footrest that comes up. And so I was like, wow, this is really something.
For those times when you're playing a game and you decide you just have to have a nap.
Well, I mean, that strikes sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah. And Eric even built it for me last night, which was even better. So now I literally don't have any work to do.
We tried to eliminate any problems or any, not that we don't trust you for it, but we know that sometimes when you have something exciting, the universe likes to throw something at you. And I thought, no, I told Eric, it's like, just build it real fast. It's fine. And it didn't take long.
That was really cool of you guys to do that. I can't wait I'm going to go out and get it and roll around the parking lot in it.
Just don't roll too far.
Just for funsies.
It's like, and he got in the chair and he never came back.
So it looks super cool, dude. And so I don't know if you've heard this, but I'm taking Monday off. And
that's why
I got plans, and now they involve this chair.
And now you have a place to nap too. This is an all-in-one chair.
I don't even have to get up. I mean, we cut a hole in the seat for reasons, and I don't ever have to get up.
No one has to talk about it.
Reasons.
Well, that's awful. I hope no one ever makes a chair like that.
They're out there.
I'm sure there's some sort of hack.
I'm sure they're out there. But yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about.
See, aren't you glad you answered? Are you there?
I literally thought I was just like,
oh,
bad.
Man, she's not coming in tomorrow, is she?
Well, you know what? No, I thought it was worse than that, because not coming in, like, we can run a worse of the riot. It's fine. But it's like, are you there? I got to tell you.
Just can't do it anymore.
I'm in Venezuela right now.
Something's happened. I've left.
Eric and I have decided that we just can't
do it anymore. No, it said it was good.
Okay. It's okay. We can work with anything, Nikki. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
That's exactly why I tried to make it sound terrible. And I was like, and then swing in with something good.
We're going to stay positive.
A Rotten Tomatoes score so high, they refuse to make it public. The Riot on RadioU.
I want to say hey to Sarah, who actually stopped by the Riot page and posted this yesterday for us to take a look at.
Oh, wait, I thought we were going to talk chicken first.
Oh, you're right.
I'm not doing the gross story first. Let's get food out of the way.
Okay. All right. You know what? You're right. I got lost. It's fine. So there is word from Popeyes. Now, let's be clear. This is the second time in 3 days that Popeyes has managed to claw their way into the riot.
The news segment, because the first one was the Voodoo Chicken Fingers.
Yes.
That's like their Halloween offering.
And those are available at all Popeyes everywhere.
But then, of course, the thing that started people talking about Popeyes earlier this year anyways is, of course, the chicken sandwich.
So they say that the chicken sandwich is about to come back.
Did you see what they're doing, though?
No,
so there's no date or anything, but they're trying to get you to download and use the Popeyes app.
Okay.
So if you want to find out about more details on when it does come out, you have to sign up for their app and then log in. You'll get the information. They'll say, oh, you want to sign up to, so then they'll message you or email you when the actual chicken sandwich news comes out.
Well, think about that is like everybody is going to be climbing all over themselves to scream when the sandwich is back. You don't need the app. You'll be fine.
You'll notice it. But I don't know if it'll have the same impact of people wanting to go out and having the chicken sandwich again. I'm curious how that goes.
I don't think so.
Lightning doesn't strike in the same spot twice.
It doesn't. And it's one of those things, corporations move slowly. Corporate America's the worst. So the people that own Popeyes are just now learning about how popular their sandwich was.
Because why would it take so long? Like,
It's
why
just-
would you wait if you had such a popular item that people got physically mad about not being able to order?
I just think something in the supply chain. I can't imagine that it literally came down to like they just can't get enough.
It can't be that.
How can it not be?
How can it be?
I don't know.
There's little chicken farms everywhere. You know that stuff's already.
Okay, for that point, if you look at Nintendo makes, what did they make? The SNES Classic and the NES Classic. And that NES Classic, they only made a certain number of them. They sold out, and people were just like, I will burn down this mall.
But that's building an electronics sort of thing. This is building a chicken, I guess. You have to wait for it to be a certain age.
Maybe.
But
the point I was going to make is Nintendo knew those were going to sell out, and they took forever to get more to the market. Maybe they're just like,
I just would like to know
we'll
behind
get you
the
more
scenes.
chicken. They're building anticipation.
But I want to know behind the scenes or like some numbers with it on, does that hurt or help you?
I don't know.
With it. But I guess we don't find out.
The theory about like, hey, they release something and don't release that many just so it builds
Creating
some hype.
a demand.
That's something that I typically do buy into. But I listened to a guy who's like a sales and marketing guy on a podcast, I don't know, like a year ago or something. I can't remember who it was. And he was basically saying, look, don't buy that. Companies want money right now. So if they can sell 1 million, they will sell 1 million.
Sure.
They don't sell 100,000 and hope you might want the other 900,000 later. Like they'll sell it to you right now. So maybe, Nikki, they just couldn't kill them little chickens fast enough.
Could be. Mike, thank you for texting. He says, what about the McRib? It's back.
Oh, we talked about that, Mike.
We're aware of that.
We know that rib meat got cheap enough, and all of a sudden they brought the McRib back.
The warehouse finally thawed out, and they sent them out.
So, okay, Nikki, is the Popeyes chicken sandwich the desire for it enough for you to install the Popeyes app so they can send you a push notification?
No, it's not. I did not get one when it was out, but I have so many other chicken places around me that Popeyes is not close enough to warrant me going when I'm fine with chicken.
I got to pass 6 chicken joints to get to Popeyes.
So I don't know. Someone would have to bring it to me, and I'd have to develop a love for it that way in order to go myself.
It's not a good argument in favor of
But people did like it. But
So if you want in on it, of course, we'll tell you when it pops up, but you can get the Popeyes app. But
you don't have to, because we'll tell you.
I'm not giving them access to my phone. Sorry, Popeyes. Fist bump. I'm sure you're great.
The Riot has now been downloaded. I hope you installed some antivirus. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh, the gross story.
Mm-hmm.
Let's gather around.
Okay, Nikki. Now, keep in mind, I didn't come up with this.
Someone else sent it?
Sarah sent this.
What did Sarah send?
She posted it on the Riot's Facebook page. I love it when you guys send us stuff. And just to be clear, even if we don't use your material, we still want to hug you for sending it. So please continue doing so. She sent me this story about a service that's being offered in the UK. You have a friend, a family member, whatever, that dies, and they had really intense tattoos.
Yeah. Oh, and those don't... Actually, no, let me hear first.
Okay.
I want all the details.
There's a mortician there that will remove the tattoo so that it can be mounted as wall art.
For memories? That's something. Isn't that in like a movie, like a horror movie?
That's something.
Like, we're not supposed to do that, are we?
Wait. Well... I don't think we should.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Like, I don't know if it's illegal or not, but I think that art is a very fickle thing, Obi. People appreciate some art and they really don't like others. I don't know where this one lies.
How
could you do that? I don't understand people that have to do, like the person's died and you have to get things ready. Like, I don't know how you could do that. I just can't.
Oh, you mean like as a mortician, like how you
just
could...
can't think about that. Or like at a funeral home, like with the caskets and stuff.
So they say that it's actually, they have limits.
Mm-hmm.
Like they won't do anything facial, like no facial tattoos. It has to be a body tattoo. Well, I mean,
it makes sense.
What it is. It says the process actually takes a very long time. So the tattoo has to be removed within 72 hours of death. and it takes 4 months before
You get it back?
before the treatment is finished so that you can actually have it back.
Mm-hmm.
And
What was that Bodies exhibit? Remember years ago?
Yeah,
It's kind of like that.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we all grieve in different ways.
I couldn't do it.
No, it's not. It wouldn't be comforting to me.
Yeah.
Like, if that makes sense. If I saw someone that I loved, and unless it was like a tribute tattoo to like your mom, and then someone else passed away who had it, and you wanted to keep, I don't know, the memories. I can't think of a thing to make it okay. I can't think of it.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because, Nikki, I have no tattoos, and I'm just not a part of tattoo culture.
It's not a thing,
I'm just not with ink culture. I've had too many needles stuck in me for medical reasons. I don't want any recreational needles of any kind.
I, on the other hand, have plenty.
Yes, you do. So,
I didn't get them, though. Like, well, these must go on even in death.
Well, Nikki the only thing is, though, like, Nikki did get an elaborate Obadiah, like, lower back tattoo.
And you'll miss it. Everybody will miss that one.
And I thought to myself many times, like, what if Nikki was gone and I couldn't see this tattoo anymore?
That's just how it has to be. You have to say goodbye.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm just gonna stick with the memories.
That's all you get.
Like,
a lot of people, I mean, you don't really regret your tattoos, but you're just like, you're kind of over them as you've had them for years and years. You just forget about the fact that you even have them.
Yeah.
And I bet this is not inexpensive to have done.
I have no idea.
And I'm sure your insurance or something like that, I don't know if that covers it, but.
Well, their photo example is definitely.
Don't look at that. That's the person's skin.
It is. I'll just say it is a much more. This is not a mom with a heart.
Sure.
This is like art.
Yeah,
it's serious
some people do
business.
that.
So I can't do that. But Sarah, thanks for sending it.
Thank you for that. And that's a pass that for us.
She actually says that she has a tattoo that she absolutely loves, but she couldn't do this.
Just take a picture of all of them before you go away.
Take a picture, it'll last longer.
No, you don't have to say it in that way.
The Riot is well-versed on many different topics.
They're shy at first, but they're quite skilled at conversation.
This is The Riot on RadioU.
If you gave during the fall fundraiser, you're not going to get them today, but you're going to get in the mail these RadioU stickers that we got.
Yeah, they're tech stickers, so they can come off and on, so you can move them on your phone cases and your laptops and your water bottles.
They came in yesterday or whatever. They're so
Aren't they so cool?
I'm not saying this because I work here. I love it so much. And I'll say little personal pride because you got a bunch of RadioU stuff, but there's also a Riot sticker on there. And I will tell you, I put the Riot sticker on it's above where the apple is.
It looks perfect.
And you know what? I'm kind of proud of it. I'm just like, yeah, we're the Riot. We have a sticker now.
Really made your laptop pop.
Oh, it sings, Nikki.
It does.
It sings.
And yes, we have our own sticker. We made it onto the sticker page.
It's like
the show's a keeper now. We weren't sure until we got our sticker.
I feel like we really did something, guys.
Well, I posted it. If you go to our RadioU official Instagram page, it's on the stories there. So it won't last forever. But if you want to see what the stickers look like, they're there.
It's cool. You may have already said this about
tech stickers.
Well, the company calls them tech tattoos. Mm-hmm. And I love that. So as Nikki said, the idea too is that they're removable, so you can move them around a little bit if you want to. But I love
They turned out perfect.
I mean, I knew they were coming. I saw the proofs for them, and I still think they're amazing.
So if you gave during the fall fundraiser, just a way to say thank you, and you can support RadioU by putting those on whatever you want.
Absolutely love them. Absolutely love them. I got to figure out where I can't overdo it.
Sure.
So I've done two. I've got a RadioU one and a Riot one on there now. And so now I just have to figure out where else do
you want
these
to put
stickers
those?
belong.
You can put them on your phone. You don't really carry a water bottle around. You can put them on your light therapy box. You could put it on your Yeti.
I could put it on my Yeti.
Actually, that'd be a good place.
I could put a little, there's a black one. I could put it right on there. And that way, when you're wandering around RadioU with your RadioU mug, with your RadioU laptop.
Like, do you work with RadioU?
No.
I think I do.
It's like, I was somewhere the other day wearing one of our shirts because, believe me, I could wear a RadioU shirt every day for a month and not repeat a shirt. And I was talking to somebody about what I do. I didn't know they knew who I was.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I work for this radio station. They're like, yeah, RadioU, right? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, just
Well,
point
you
my
could
shirt.
tell by the shirt.
And I was like, shut up.
And your voice.
Shut up. Would you rather I pretend that everyone knows me and I'm self-important?
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Sometimes you need a ride. You need to get somewhere. You can call a cab. You can call a friend. Or you can use the Uber app.
Of course.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Did you see what happened to the girl that took the Uber ride?
No, but I feel like this will not be something that makes me want to take an Uber ride.
Mm-hmm. Her name is Bailey.
Yeah.
She's 15. She was hanging out with her boyfriend at his house, and they had to go back to her house somewhere. I don't know where they were going, but they got an Uber for that. And so the Uber, they hop in, they're having a good time, boyfriend, girlfriend in the back seat. The Uber driver's taking them somewhere. Then they stop to get another passenger.
Yeah, if you do a rideshare one, it's cheaper, so then you pick up other people.
Well, that's what they were doing. So they stopped to get that, and the Uber driver up front has to move something, and then there's a loud noise, and they have all this ringing in their ears. They can't figure out what has happened, and then she looks down, and there's all this blood under her foot. He shot her in the foot.
So he was moving a gun?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes as drivers, I mean, I don't know if you can, like if you're actually supposed to, but you get some passengers that can really go after you.
My guess
Not in like keeping a gun, though.
My guess is the Uber terms of service probably doesn't allow them to have a gun.
Sure.
But that's like how Costco says you can't bring one in. People... Gun owners take guns places. It just happens.
Well, maybe you should have had like a pepper spray or something.
Well, I mean, it could have gone a lot better for the girl in the back seat.
That's true.
She said that at first you just couldn't figure out what was going on. Like,
is that her blood or what happened?
Yeah, total shock. Like she said she wasn't in any pain, and then she began screaming, "I've got shot, I got shot."
If I knew it was the leg and like nothing was hit that was important, then I get a free ride.
Don't tell me.
And I'm getting Uber money. So
oh yeah, well.
I don't think it's a bad day. Get a little break.
You're just in the back seat, like
get a couple days off school.
I know I'm fine,
so it's okay.
This is gonna hurt soon.
Yeah,
but I'm at least getting six figures for this.
You know,
at least.
Again, you're not paying for the ride. You're not even paying for the cleanup fee, which they always try to dump on you. There's nothing.
Oh my gosh, you get your Uber receipt back, and there's $100 for the blood in the back seat, and you're like, okay.
Like I don't think I'm paying for this.
Okay.
Again, that's only if I knew I was okay.
Yeah. So she seems to be okay. And she is, I think she's out of the hospital now. And I don't have any news about a lawsuit just yet, but
it's there. Oh, you know for sure.
Yeah. Police say the driver will not be charged. He had a concealed weapons permit, and the incident has been ruled an accident.
So then you'll have to learn, because, Matthew makes a good point. He texted, he said, Uber drivers are not employees, they're contractors. So what's the rules on then how can you go after what the driver did or the environment that you were in?
Let me put it to you this way. Even if there are rules and laws in place to say blah, 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 the chances that this girl can sue and get a good-sized settlement, even if she doesn't go to court, I'm going to call them high.
Pretty good?
I'm going to call them high.
Because even if he could have had a gun, maybe his terms and conditions as a contractor of Uber would have said, no, you can't while driving for them.
Right. So, yeah, Uber will try to throw, the driver under the Uber, I'm sure. But... you don't want the driver, you want Uber.
Yeah, you need to go after that.
Yeah.
So.
But in the meantime, you're 15, you've been shot in the foot. I got to tell you, milk that. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Get a lot of
I got shot in the foot.
Like I say, you get some days off, you get a lot of good posts, a lot of good social media. She's got a lot of stuff going on.
She said that she's in a lot of pain, but she's getting pain medicine for it.
Yeah.
So best of luck with that.
Just say no to the pain medicine. Just fight your way through it. Don't get started on that. Okay?
I had a similar thought, but I'm not saying it.
Don't accept it. I know it'll be amazing, but just say no.
So there's.
I'm glad she's okay, but boy, what a very weird ordeal.
I love a girl named Ebony. She was the one that was waiting to get in the next ride, and so she's getting ready to get in. Here's the fire and whatever, and so when they open the door and she sees blood everywhere, her comment is, "Blood? Really? Really?"
That's what she said. All right.
I'm quoting her, Nikki.
Hey, save that for court.
Yeah. You do know you're going to have to go to court,
You're going
right?
to have to be there.
In case you're wondering, yes, we do get complaints.
They have gone too far. This time, they are going to be held accountable.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
I don't know if you guys know this or not, but one of the people in this room is not just a believer in, but an investor in.
Disney Plus.
Is owned by, really, in a lot of ways.
So I bought into the 3-year Disney Plus deal. Why do you got to keep telling everybody?
Nikki bought not one, not two.
No, it came like that. I didn't choose it.
3 years.
It didn't give me a choice. Like, do you want the 1, 2, or 3?
Pause right there. Pause right there. Nikki just said Disney Plus didn't give her a choice.
The deal was for 3 years.
I had to.
No, that's just what the deal was.
There was this mouse on the phone, and he said that if I didn't sign up for 3 years, that he was going to kill my dog.
I had to do it.
All right.
No, but you make it seem like I chose 3 years. That
But
was
you
the
did-
number
you
they
did.
were offering for the deal. So
You chose.
I chose the
3 years.
deal.
But do you?
The deal just happened to be 3 years.
But did you hear the word, Nikki? You don't have 3 years of Disney Plus. You got 4.
How come?
Because did you see what Verizon is doing?
Well, I didn't know if that was new customers or like who gets it.
It's not. It's not. If you are a Verizon wireless customer and you're on an unlimited plan, now I know you're on a business plan, so I don't know if that'll technically count. But I can tell you that apparently
you get Disney Plus for free, and you get Disney Plus for free.
You get a year.
That's
and
pretty
if
good.
you did buy a deal or whatever, if everything I'm reading here, according to
tack it
Variety,
onto
it's
it?
tacked on.
Well, hello there.
So some people are like, yeah, we're all going to die, but I'll still have Disney Plus.
I was going to say, if I keep working on this, I can get that thing for free.
The world
Till we die.
The world explodes in a ball of flame. I still have Disney Plus left.
They really want to build a larger amount of
A customer base.
And they want to get you for a while because that is more attractive to investors. Mm-hmm. So that's why they want you there for the long haul.
And that's what they're working on.
There you go.
So
You can stop telling people that I have Disney Plus for 3 years. Since
Why?
we've told everybody.
You know what, Nikki, here's the thing. You got to understand. She's walking around in a Disney Plus sweatshirt and hat.
I'm not.
She added a
wearing
bunch
that.
of Disney Plus stickers to the back of her car.
That's not
And
it.
then she's like, could you please stop telling people that I'm associated with Disney Plus in any way, shape, or form?
I don't have any problem with that, but you're just always mentioning the 3 years.
She has this big plus tattoo on the side of her cheek.
Well, that I thought I just liked anyways.
And then people are like, what's it a plus for? Let me tell you about this new service I signed up for.
No, because then that way, if you just put a plus, then wherever you go, you make it work for you. So Disney Plus, or if you go in like Apple TV Plus,
yeah.
everything still has a plus sign now.
You know what? You're right. You're right. I'm looking for the minus one. I want Netflix minus.
I want not enough.
They should so have a parody thing where they're just like, join Netflix minus. That
could work.
That's gold. And some people are like, well, you wouldn't dare associate a minus with us when we have a plus with them. No. You want a little sarcasm in your marketing. The people that get it are going to love you.
They'll understand and they will appreciate it.
So, Nikki, 4 years of Disney Plus.
Is
It's,
right
Nikki,
there.
4 more years. 4 more years.
Yay!
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
You know, if you need to get something done, there's probably more than 2 ways, but I think of it as 2 basic ways. You can go in the front door or the back door. The front door is, I'm really good at this, and I'm going to wrangle my way into it, whatever. Like, I'm doing it. The back door is, you're kind of sneaking in. You're doing things a little differently.
Not too sure. Want to be quiet about it.
You got to make plans because, if you don't plan, then it's bad. Fail to plan to fail kind of thing. And it's interesting if you read, like, let's say, for example, and you're like, what are you talking about? Let's say you want to do pull-ups. And, some people are like, I do pull-ups. They do 50, 60, 100 pull-ups, no big deal. Maybe you're somebody that didn't excel in gym class, It's not something you're really good at. So you have to learn to do by indirect action what you can't accomplish by direct action. So you have to start, maybe you lose some weight or indirect action. Yeah, or strengthening the muscles so that you then are able to do the thing that you couldn't do. I consider that to be kind of back door. Front door is I can already do it, no problem. Back door is I got to do some other stuff before I'm ready to do that thing. Now, in your life, there's stuff that you can't get done. You have not been strong enough to go in the front door, and it's time for a backdoor approach. And here's what I've learned, is that God says that if we hang out with him, all of a sudden we're going to start doing things that before we couldn't really do. Like when he puts a spirit in our heart, all of a sudden we start being certain ways and doing certain things that we would have never accomplished on our own. But because he shows up, we're doing pull-ups all of a sudden. Maybe not all of a sudden. Maybe it takes a little time. But, you're somebody that's always worried and wringing your hands and so upset. But for some reason, you're relaxed. You found a way to be at peace. You're somebody that for the life of you, you're always saying stuff you regret. You're drinking too much. You're thising too much. You're thatting too much. You just can't get a hold of yourself. And all of a sudden, for some reason, you just seem to have a little self-control. Now, how is that possible? Now, if you had tried to control yourself, you couldn't have done it. But because you went around the back door, you started a relationship with God, he is suddenly teaching you and showing you and helping you, and suddenly self-control is a thing for you. You're doing the pull-up. Sound good? I mean, I need that. There's been some front door things I've tried that haven't worked, but around the corner, with time with God, all of a sudden, I've been able to do some things. A relationship with God does not cost you a thing. It is free. It is paid for. He loves you. He just wants to be a part of your life. So just say, Jesus, I want that. I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. And I want you to make the changes in me that I know need made. I need you to forgive me. I need you to heal me and show me how to live. And God is going to do that.
I gave during the last fundraiser, and all I got was this crappy morning show. This is The Riot on listener-supported RadioU.
When I was in junior high, I wanted to volunteer at the library.
You did?
I did. I loved the library.
Your school library or just like your local library?
No, local library. I would just go there after school and hang out because it was cool.
Yes, it was. Absolutely it was. And no one will tell you otherwise.
I mean, you're getting the picture, right?
It's not to go home and play video games.
You're starting to see the kind of person I really am, right? But they wouldn't let me volunteer because I was too young.
Aww.
And they were super cool about it. They're like, we just think it's so wonderful that you want to do this.
Did it make you like a junior volunteer and give you some sort of sticker just to make you feel better?
No. I wanted that.
Or like a pencil or a bookmark. That's it. It would have been a bookmark.
Here's your bookmark and your pencil. But of course, we don't use our pencil inside the books. But now, as an adult, when I go into the library, I
go.
Oh, I still do sometimes.
You still do?
Sometimes.
We go through the drive-thru. We just use our app.
Most of the time. But, like, for example, Nikki, Mentats of Dune, that was only available in print.
Was it? The comic book section?
No. It's a book.
Oh, no. I know you go in and look at comic books, too.
I do. The library's like the best place to get comics. Oh, my gosh. And that's a problem because you can have as many as you want and they're free. Wow.
Oh, boy.
So you have to be careful in there. But you start looking around and you're like, the library is a public place. So they can't turn you away. And so a lot of people end up in here doing things that it suddenly becomes your job to make sure they're not doing that. And this story right here, this thing that happened in Madison, Wisconsin, it just tells me that I am better off
Not going?
volunteering at the library. I'll join the RadioU street team.
Well, it's hard when you like something and then you find out the negatives of it. It just ruins it, right?
Yeah, Peggy, she's the spokesperson for the Madison County Public Library, and she's letting everybody know that right now they're in the middle of drafting up a new policy in regards to animals at the library.
Are you allowed to bring them in?
No, that's the problem.
Can you have your service animal or?
People are bringing in not just service animals, but just pets of every kind. The example that
They want to read too, Obi.
How dare you?
That'd be the argument.
How dare you?
You to tell me that they can't go in and read?
So I'll tell you what, Nikki, here's what we'll do. You just take a minute, and up in a minute, we're going to tell you what animal came to the library.
Can we guess?
You know what?
Can we text to guess?
You can text and guess. What animal do you think came to the library that suddenly brought into a real strong
new rules?
need? Like, guys, we don't have any signs. We need to get some signs.
See, now I know it has to be more than a traditional animal, but there's a lot of options.
I'll just tell you right now, if your guess is dog or cat,
you're wrong.
You need to rethink it.
Because it's not wrong enough to warrant all these changes.
No, you rethink it.
What animal would it be then? Yeah!
You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I want to say hi to Ryan, says he just discovered RadioU yesterday, and his guess as an animal that was brought to the library that led to them needing a sign.
Rules changed.
Rules changed, Nikki. They had to do something. He said a camel.
No, that's not it.
That's not, but that's a great guess.
Where was it at again?
This is I believe it's in Wisconsin.
Because then I would think that would help us with like regional animals.
Mm-hmm. So let's just roll down through some of these. Isaac says a support skunk. Gavin says a horse. In Wisconsin, they probably have a place for you to tie the horse up outside.
That's true.
So you're just not allowed to bring it in. Let's see. Luke says a giant snake. Chuck says snake. Christy says skunk. Haley says alligator. I like that. Christian says squawking parrot. Kim says a skunk. Stephanie says a rodent.
Well, Christian said something that must have been something loud to really cause an extra problem in the library.
I like Gary's guess, a pig.
A lot of people thought pig.
Yeah.
Or a lot of people picking skunk.
Yeah, tons of people. Amanda, Nicole, they're saying skunks. Billy says horse. I'm getting some more pigs.
Someone said a cow.
Tasha says a cow?
Did you get that in?
But, again, Wisconsin, it's dairy country. You probably just tie it up outside. No. It actually, in the end, don't be mad at me, but it was not just one animal. He had a bag of animals. It was a bag of snakes.
Why would he bring a bag of snakes in?
Well, it's interesting you would bring that. Peggy, we were talking about her earlier, one of the spokespersons. What happened was she said that there was the guy was apparently using the internet, and so was somebody else. And the lady was like, yeah, I have to leave because I can't stand it. There's a man over there with a snake in a bag. And so they asked the man to come over, and they were like, hey, we just want to let you know that
we've had complaints.
Your snake is kind of scaring some people. And he was like, oh my gosh, they're so harmless.
Whoa.
In which case he took the bag and dumped the bag on the counter. And they didn't get a count, but he dropped several snakes on the counter. And he said, oh my gosh, my pets are completely harmless. She said that she had to admit that when a big pile of snakes came out on the desk, she had to take a step back.
A little much.
But she said that it was, oh my gosh, at least.
I'm hearing a lot of he said, she said.
All right. She says that he had at least a dozen in the bag, pythons, boas, and others. He was very proud of them.
Were they very small? Or?
He picked each snake up and told them their names. And said in reality, it was a lot like talking to somebody about their kids. He just kept introducing the different snakes. And
so now you can't have snakes in the library?
That's what I love. We treated him with respect, but at the same time, we can't have snakes or a bag of snakes in the library.
I think sometimes we don't realize what people are carrying around. So I think this isn't the only time there might be a snake. Or snakes, a family of snakes in a bag.
Yeah. I see, my thing is, like, when I'm out in nature, like, I go running, I run into snakes. I see it's fine. Like, mow my lawn, snake in the lawn, whatever. It's fine. But, like, introducing a snake to me in an environment where there shouldn't be snake, that would freak
you're not ready.
Me out.
And there's a bunch of them.
That would freak me out. I would have gone running, screaming out of the library, and probably would have never gone back to the library. Why? Because I'm that big of a wimp.
So now you know you can't bring your bag of snakes to the library to use the free internet.
Well, the thing, they say that this is just one thing. They've had monkeys, rats, spiders, an iguana.
Who would bring a monkey to the library?
A ferret, a parrot, a chicken, some gerbils, guinea pigs, a dog, a cat, and some others.
First off, when you read it out, it sounds like a children's book.
It does.
Let's go to the library. A ferret, a parrot.
So, in a lot of ways, you're all right. But the other side is it was the snakes that seemed to be the tipping point. And so now they've drawn up a policy to just let everybody know, hey, guys, you can't bring your pets into the library.
Service animals
if
only?
If you do, it's got to be a service animal that is, in fact, certified. Because... You know,
we're supposed to be able to go to the library and explore with our imaginations, and it feels like they're stifling us.
They're stifling.
They are.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Nikki? You head on out to Wisconsin and have that conversation.
Actually, I probably would have hit the guy, because I just would have been so threatened by all the snakes. Just thrown them. Not like a mean hit, but just panic, lashing out.
I don't know if I would have panicked or like you if I would have had a moment of calm where you're like, you know what?
I have to go.
I got to go now.
Hey, so what do you think of Obadiah?
The truth is, he's not a very nice person.
Okay, well, what about Nikki?
The very best there is.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
I don't understand why I have this more than passing interest in the XFL.
I don't know why either.
Why, Nikki?
So is that the one that...
Is it just the letter X?
Maybe.
Am I excited?
Because I know that there's the NFL, then this is more like arena football, but is this the wrestling one or the other one?
It is. These are the people behind the WWE, have teamed up with a couple of other people, and they're doing a spring football league. So the idea is the NFL is done, early February? And this is something that would kick off in February. So not long after the Super Bowl is over. And then you get however many weeks of this other football league. So I will say, I think there are enough football fans to carry a third league. The one that started up, what was it, a year or 2 years ago, absolutely crashed, the American Alliance of Football.
Is that the one that got like that influx of money at the end, but like they could barely make it to the next weekend?
Yeah, that's exactly right. There was that. Then, of course, the XFL tried 10, 15 years ago. I don't know how long ago. So this is their second crack at it. But they say they're going to have a very different approach this time around.
They're trying to hit all the people who are mad at the NFL for all the political statements or,
Isn't that kind of over?
No, there are still people that I know that will not watch it because it was just so much, not just the knee stuff, but just everybody, the money, like there's so much money involved with these players, and they wanted it to be back to like just football a little bit more along those lines.
Yeah, I hear you.
And they wanted something else.
Well, they are trying to cash in, and the word is now there are 2 broadcast networks that have signed on and agreed to carry XFL games.
Can we guess?
Go ahead.
I actually don't know.
Well,
Bravo! Sci-fi!
Broadcast. So it's Fox and ABC.
Okay.
You'll also be able to see a couple of games on ESPN and ESPN2, which are, of course, owned by the Walt Disney Company, just like ABC is.
Will it be on my Disney Plus?
No, but I will tell you this. Now, this is not contained in the article, but I'll bet it will be on ESPN Plus.
Probably.
That's probably going to be a thing. Or maybe they'll have an XFL app. I don't know. But yeah, I'm weirdly interested in it. Here's what I think it comes down to. I love sci-fi stories about alternate history or other dimensions. I think somewhere in my brain, the XFL is the football league from another dimension. And
similar, but just slightly different, enough.
Yeah. What's really funny is that if I sat down and watched it like that and pretended that every Sunday afternoon I had a gateway into another dimension, I'd suddenly become a huge football fan.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Just like dude, what else do they have in their reality that's different than ours?
Do they eat there, or what are they doing?
What else is different?
As long as they just keep it classy. I think that's all my thoughts are.
Well, that was one of the complaints about the original XFL.
Was
is that
it?
It was not classy.
That direction.
They were trying to bring a wrestling aesthetic to football, and it did not work. So this time, they're trying the other direction. Like, you know what? We're all a bunch of patriots out here. We don't mean the team. We mean people loving America and playing the football. Tossing the pigskin
You're
around.
going to love it.
The Riot really wanted to do this live, but now they can play video games and eat rice cakes instead. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Yesterday, on the Riot's Facebook page, which you can like and follow and whatever, you just go to riot.radiou.com and find the link, or it's facebook.com/RadioU Riot. That's another place where you might catch me streaming over the next couple of days. That's going to happen. But in the middle of all of this, I asked, hey, if you got something you want us to talk about on the show tomorrow, post it here. And some of you guys
got
posted
some stuff.
Some very bizarre things.
Well, you were really looking for stories, like news stories that you want to hear our opinions about on air, but people were just telling you things.
Yeah. Abby said this, and you know what, Abby, this I love. She says, the other day, while sitting at my desk job, I turned my head and an earbud fell from my ear and into my tea. Growing up is rough.
I liked that one.
So, you know what, though? I've thought about this. I see the new hotness is I feel like everywhere I go, somebody has one AirPod in.
Yeah, to make calls or something.
Or to just listen to something. Like they're shopping or whatever. So they don't have both of them in. They can still
because that would be irresponsible wherever you were at.
But they've still got one ear in listening to whatever the heck they're listening to. And I've thought many times as I look at those, and I've looked at other, non-connected earbud kind of things, what if it just falls out?
Sometimes it can.
See, for me...
Maybe all those people just lost their other one.
All of these people I see with one AirPod
thing, yeah.
actually have a terrible story to tell.
They all been hurt really bad.
Really badly. And they couldn't afford another one.
That's
so
all they have left.
They just stick with that. Okay, I love that, by the way. But my ears, like my left ear, anything that you can get, it fits in there great. Mm. It just fits great. Like never falls out, stays for my right ear. I don't know what kind of deformed mess the right half of my head is, but you can't stick anything in there for nothing. Well, it's coming out.
If you got wireless the in-ear ones, you can get the ones then that have the customizable like little cushion thing at the end.
Right, but AirPods don't have that.
No, but your ears are just supposed to work with that. You just make it work. You just keep shoving it in.
Well, obviously, if they fall out, it's your ear's problem.
It is. It's not
Apple. Not Apple's fault.
But like for Apple, I can't wear the wired ones. They're uncomfortable. But the AirPods, I'm fine.
They just seem to magically fit.
They are great.
And can you work out in them?
Yes, I can.
So, like, you're bouncing around, running, doing whatever.
Now, every so often, like, you'll just hit a sweet spot or something, and one can fall out. That just can sometimes happen. But, yeah, even working out.
No, not good enough. Me and Abby, like... I'd be with Abby. I would just be sitting there at my desk,
coffee.
Not moving anything, not doing anything. I'd just move my head slightly to the right, and you'd hear, dunk.
No, those are not. It's not supposed to be that way. Your AirPods and your earbuds are supposed to fit better than that.
You know what, dude? I just have to stick with, for the most part, over the ear stuff. Of course, I have a huge head, so I have to try those on first to make sure they fit my gargantuan cranium. But I'm still working on a pair of Jaybird X2s. I think I'm coming up on.
Work?
I think I'm coming up on 3 years.
That's amazing. And you still use them at the gym?
Yep.
That's even harder on them.
I know. They're
just begging to just go. They're like, please.
Don't say it.
Please, we just get a new bear.
Coming up on Christmas, it'll be 3 years that I've had these things.
Take us anymore.
They love it. They're doing great.
Don't.
Yes, they do.
They don't. They want you to get into a new thing.
The only thing that I've done to them is that I have replaced the exterior pads or whatever
around them.
So they're comfort foam, and I feel like that's part of why they work, because you shove it in your ear and then it expands just a little bit. And even my gimpy right ear, it stays in there for the most part.
I guess if you want to do that.
It's fine. So, Abby, best of luck getting a new ear pod, friend.
I just think that's awesome, though. You're just at work, and you're just like, oh, no, it won't die from dropping into the tea.
Maybe.
You just wash it off, dry it off, and pray.
Stick it in some rice and talk to the Lord.
The Riot. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good. Wait, isn't that exactly what it means? It's The Riot on Radio U.
So, Nikki, you and I, we often eat together. I mean, you occupy the same space. You eventually need to eat. It's no big deal.
We eat, in the morning.
But it turns out that we're not the only creatures on this earth that like to go to the same places and eat with the same people.
What else?
Dude,
is it pigs?
So messed up. No.
Is it rats?
Nope.
What else is there?
Sharks.
No way.
Researchers in Australia have been tracking 300 sharks for about 4.5 years. And one of the things that they always say about sharks is they're territorial and they're solo. Like they're doing their own thing, whatever. But here's what they found. They have found that it looks like sharks might actually have what, and this is a quote from them, a social network where they get together with the same sharks at the same places to grab a bite.
Pictures or it doesn't count.
Well, Nikki, do you want to watch this shark eat a baby seal?
Oh, no, I forgot about that.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm just asking because
I thought it was just fish.
When sharks get together to eat,
it's not pretty.
It's not something where you're like, this is great.
No, I thought it was more like, it's a giant whale carcass and it's like it died of old age.
The sharks are just there.
And they're just there and no one, it was all right. And he died peacefully, the whale did.
In his sleep.
He did.
In his whale sleep.
He just slowly stopped moving and it was sad, but yet everybody knew it was time. And then the sharks happened.
And the sharks came and put their fin on it and just said, thank you, brother, for your sacrifice.
It, yes.
May your energy become one with the ocean that we all might live. Yeah. Yeah. Lord, thank you that this whale died of natural causes, but not disease, so we may eat freely from its carcass.
Not a baby seal. It's even worse.
Instead, they're like, we will prevent you from living a full life.
We'll stop you at your youngest time.
You're delicious. Baby seal veal.
And isn't, I sometimes will just fall into YouTube videos where it's like, they come together where there's a food item and they'll eat together. Yeah, well, that's where they're at, Nikki. It looks like, according to Dr. Lou and his colleagues at Flinders University, they say that they're publishing this big study on great whites in the Behavioral Ecology and Social Biology Journal. There's the thing. Now, this is unrelated, but it's true. I think it's been a year. I've been really wanting to see The Meg again. Why? And when I read this story, I was just like, you know what? The shark movie.
I should watch The Meg again.
Did you buy it or just rent it?
No, I just rented it.
Is it free yet?
No. Okay.
I'm sure it's somewhere.
No, I'm telling you that was the thing that got me, is that you're just like, surely that's on a streaming service somewhere for free. But let's see. Well, I don't see a lot of Jason Statham stuff on streaming services, and usually he's with a studio, so maybe that studio just doesn't do that. Okay, justwatch.com has been a pretty good resource for that for me. So let's see. The Meg. Oh, you know what? Here we go, Nikki. It's on HBO. Oh, well, we all canceled that. Everybody canceled that. What? I thought you were a huge HBO fan. No, everybody canceled that. Okay. All right, well, we'll just see. Well, Nikki, if you want to, I'll tell you that it's also on sale on Vudu right now for only $9.99. What? What? $9.99. 99 cents. It's not even free with ads. I don't mind watching a few ads. Nope. Then there's also a movie not related called This Is Meg. That's $1.99, but I don't think it's the same. Does she eat with friends? Maybe.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The Riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.
Oh! Whoa, guys!